Sometimes I feel like people mostly want to be on their own for sex reasons. So if I can do that in my
What is
parents'
your
house,
sex reasons?
Such
For sex
reasons. Oh,
reasons.
brother.
I am sorry. I heard something else.
Hi guys, welcome to the tabletop. I'm your host Abeku, and today we have two very lovely guests. Could you please introduce yourselves and tell us what you do?
Hi, my name is Kofi Aqua. As of now, I'm a creative director, film director, and
As of now, why? What do you intend doing later?
it's in the pipeline. But I
Only
intend
fans?
no, please,
Oh, okay.
no, please, other stuff. But yeah, for now, I'm a director. Yeah.
Hi, my name is Ruby and I'm a tattoo artist.
Tattoo. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. I've not met someone who does tattoos.
I'm the first.
Anyway, so this is the tabletop. As you guys already know, I'll throw some questions at you guys, and I'll want to hear your opinions on it. Is that okay?
Sure, no problem.
All right. So the first question is, what do you guys think about living on your own in Ghana?
I think okay, I'll start. I think it's something that everyone has to go through, and living alone in Ghana, it helps to evolve you in a way.
What do you mean?
It helps you to kind of mature. You get to take charge of your own dealings. You get to accumulate responsibilities and know what it means to be an adult. You get to know how it is to navigate and how to basically live. Especially in Ghana, you have to cultivate that habit of, being alone on your own. So you really need for this country.
I see.
What about you?
Ruby, what about you?
Yeah, everything you said.
No. I want to hear from your own mouth.
Yeah, living on your own has its own ups and downs. But you have to experience that to know how your future will be or something.
What do you mean how your future will be?
I think that if you're living on your own, you know what to do, how to go about your day and everything. It doesn't involve any second or third party to tell you what to do. I hope you get it. So in future, when you're living on your own, or you in future when you have your own businesses and everything, you know how to balance all that, and including your lifestyle.
So what would make you guys want to live on your own in Ghana?
Peace of mind.
From what? From who?
Well, a lot of things. It doesn't have to be a human being per se.
I think for me in particular, living on your own will help you truly understand yourself. As opposed to if you're living with a family or friends, you get to really understand how you work, what you like or what you don't like. Solitude provides that kind of clearance of mind where you kind of dig deep into, okay, so this is me as a person and what do I want to do? I'm alone now, what's my next step? So it helps you really internalize your own passions and dreams and stuff. So I think, yeah, it's something very, very important everyone needs to go through, especially in Ghana. Yeah.
True.
Yeah, no problem.
She made mention of peace of mind, but you haven't really said anything. Oh.
Me?
Yeah.
Well, I thought it helps you internalize, but okay, if you want it to be specific, being alone helps you plan your life. She said peace of mind, it helps you plan your life. Both.
Stop, no. Talk for yourself. Don't tap into someone's ideas.
But you get to know
Plan
what
like
you want. Plan. Okay, I'm living alone. What's my next stage in life? What do I want to be? You wouldn't have that freedom of that ambience or that freedom. You wouldn't really have that much time to think about it if you are with quote unquote in a
Not
family
even
household.
so. I feel like you will be so comfortable in probably your mother's house or your father's house that you don't think about some things too much.
That's not true. I don't entirely agree with you guys.
Why?
Why?
Your parents won't give you any pressure to, like, move on to the next step in life. That's what I'm saying.
No.
Sometimes they even decide for you.
That's if you don't know what you want to do with yourself.
Not all the time too. Sometimes even if you don't know what you want to do or you think you have an idea, your parents could some of them could say that no, you get it, we believe it's this way or that way. And so it helps you really know whether the decisions you are making are going to be beneficial to you or not. Like you are faced with that actual implication or the effects of your decision making because you're going to go through it. as opposed to it being made for you. If you're alone, you know that if I did this and I messed up, oh, this is the path I took, and that the best teacher is you experiencing it firsthand. I feel like so it's kind of like in a way making you make your own mistakes or giving yourself to make your own mistakes or correct decisions. It really goes any way. So there are pros and cons of living alone and also being with a family. They both have their advantages and disadvantages, I think.
All right. So speaking of the pros and cons, what are some of the experiences you've encountered while living alone?
You said I shouldn't really mention her point, but it's very important. Peace of mind is one. It is a point. Two, I would say living alone also helps you. It helps you to be comfortable with the idea of not having anyone around. I'll go into detail about that. And then the other sense is that it also helps you plan ahead. So let me now go into detail about what I just said. So the peace of mind, when you are alone, you don't really have all these other thoughts clouding your judgment, or whether it's for positive or negative. When you are alone, if you are alone with your thoughts, and it's something you have to get used to as an adult. You have to be able to live alone so that no one else is going to live your life for you. But two, in terms of planning your life, when you live alone, you are forced, especially in Ghana, you are forced to take charge of things, as opposed to things you wouldn't have been doing if you were with your parents. You wouldn't have been thinking about, okay, I have to think about rent, or I have to think about electricity, I have to think about how to renovate the things that you are actually taking charge of yourself. I want this room to be this particular type of way, or I want to live my life this particular type of way. You won't really get that if you are living with your parents. You get it. And then the other, like, living alone is such an important, integral part of every adult in Ghana. Now you need, because if you won't go with family. You won't really go. You won't really be thrown in the hardships. Ghana especially, you need to go through the hustle. You need to go through the tears and stuff.
Is it necessary?
Yeah, it's necessary. Yes, very, very. For cry, you need.
No, I don't think so.
You don't think so?
Let's not glorify hardships.
Hardship doesn't have to be a bad thing, and it's not the kind of hardship I'm talking about where you are struggling. It's just like the ascension to who you want to be. So when I say hardship, I'm not talking about the kind of one where it's all doom, like dark and gloomy, but it's just like the things that come in your way are not a bad thing, but it forces you to think outside the box. So if you are faced with an obstacle, it doesn't mean it's a bad thing. It's just something that is forcing you to think outside the box, to be more creative, or to be intellectually having foresight. You get it? So if something comes in your way, it doesn't mean it's a bad thing. It's just a way for you to navigate and know which way to, have more of a control of your life.
Ruby, what about your experiences living alone?
Everything you said.
No, not everything said. I want you to tell me something different.
It has its own ups and downs. And
Okay, tell me about the downs.
why are you interested in the downs?
Well, you for one, you told me that peace of mind is a good thing. So
Yeah.
I know that. So you tell me some of the downs.
Some of the downs are boredom, but you get to cope with it.
But you can call your friends over. But you don't like having people around.
No, not everybody likes having people around.
Really? Your name's Robert?
Not necessarily. Yeah. Yeah.
That's
So,
all.
yeah.
No, I want to hear more. Because Kofi mentioned about 3 points.
He did.
Yeah, 3. You didn't hear. 3 solid.
But you want to help her out.
Yeah.
The
please help me
downs.
out.
No one's going to save you.
Are you sure? But you can always call on your family or friends for help.
Yeah, then you're not really moving. You're not living alone. Like,
I mean, it's not always that you have to reach out to them. I mean, like when it gets very dire, like it gets very serious.
yes, but when you are alone, there are some things you may go through that maybe you don't even want to
People
get
to know.
people to know. Maybe some messes. Maybe you may have put yourself. Maybe it's too that you can put yourself in some situation where you can, even if you tell your parents, you'll be like, hey. They will shock you. Say you actually put yourself in the situation. It will make you look like you are still a child. You get it. Apart from that, too, I think loneliness also is a nice gateway for depression. If you don't have a strong frame of mind,
A nice gateway.
it's a nice gateway. If you don't have a strong frame of mind, because if if you are living alone and you are not having an aim, you're not working, when you're living just by ends meet and you're okay, and you're also not having friends over, or even if you're having friends over, those friends who come over into your space, and if you see that they are quote unquote moving with their lives, and then they come into your space, they all talk about their ups and downs, and then it feels like you are stagnant. You may not show it to your friends, but like later, once you know that thing that happens where whenever there's a party and it's fun and everything, no one really likes, especially from my experience, especially with the person who organizes the party, you start feeling this loneliness when they leave. It's like it starts to dawn on you when they leave, and then it's empty and it's just dark and just you and your thoughts, and you're thinking about, hey, this guy say he become a boss or something, or this girl has done this, or this person has moved up with that. What am I doing? I guess they organize room party for my boys, then they go live their life with me. I guess they here. So like I feel like loneliness can really make you question yourself, and if you are not smart, if you don't have the correct frame of mind, you don't have the energy to keep on knowing why you're in this situation, you rather want to sulk and bask in that loneliness, you depression fast. And it's the perfect environment perfect environment. You just have to lock the door and close the windows, and that's it. That's it. And no one will worry you. Your parents also think you're doing it because you want to live alone, but they don't know that actually you made some decision. But you can't go to them and tell them that.
But your parents, I mean, last, I mean, they're the ones who can save you.
They will, no matter what they will. But then a part of you, even if it's not the truth, a part of you will be like, I'm sure they are saying, I told you so. Even if that's what they're thinking, like your subconscious could be saying that, that I'm sure they are thinking that, like they were right. You get it? You have these internal voices in your head making it feel like you are not an adult. Especially if you come to them, it's like you're admitting to them that, Dad, Mom,
you made a mistake.
I made a mistake. That whole story in the Bible about the son returning back to the
for the
God's son or daughter.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm not saying much. It's like Kofi has taken the whole show. Or he's your spokesperson.
Sorry.
But would you guys recommend moving out, like staying on your own? Would you recommend it, even if the person is living in conditions that are, I mean, everything seems so calm, relaxed, rosy?
Yeah, I will.
You recommend, like the person has everything sorted out too?
As in, and the person is with their
parents, yes.
At a point in life, you definitely have to leave.
Yes, that I understand. But you see, those are like situations where the person getting married, but like the person is still single, or maybe probably still dating, but not having any intention of marrying anytime soon. But I mean, the person has everything to their disposal: a car, allowance, monthly allowance, whether they're working.
Then it's fine.
They shouldn't move out.
Yeah, every day.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I disagree on that.
Why do you disagree?
Why?
Like you need that space to grow. If your parents are providing everything,
eventually you're gonna move out.
Yeah,
you're not always gonna be there.
If you're going to be only moving out when you're getting married, then you'll still have. I believe that then to just continue into the marriage.
And
wait, hold on. What do you mean by that?
Yeah, like.
When we just continue to the marriage.
I feel like, okay, so if you're only moving out because you're getting married, so that means that you didn't feel yourself confident enough or adaptability enough, or wait, that's the wrong word, but like you don't feel like you can adapt to situations enough until you get married. So that means the whole time you were with your parents, you were under their roof, you decided that it was only until you get married. What's to say that it's going to be a plus if you've not experienced living alone on your own, but you're only moving out after you get married?
Here's the definition of the calm thing. It involves not having problems and all that, right?
Yeah.
So if you're not having any issues with your parents,
you're being pampered basically.
Exactly.
You
are given the opportunity to do anything you want to do. You can go out,
come back anytime. Let's let them know
that
you can travel. Yeah.
And sometimes I feel like people mostly want to be on their own for such reasons. So if I can do that in my parents' house,
sex reasons.
Such reasons. Oh, what that?
I heard something else.
Only you heard that. She said such reasons. SUCH. Carry on, please.
Yeah. So if I can be in my mother's house or my father's house and still do the same, then I don't see why I should move out.
Would you move out if based on what she's saying, why would you want to move out even when you get married? You can just stay under your parents' place.
No, that's
Yeah, my
different.
husband can't even
No,
go
it's not
and stay
different.
in the house.
It's not different. It's not different.
No, hold on.
It's
You
not
said,
different.
wait, hold on. You said your husband come and stay in your house, your parents' house with you.
He could be at his place sometimes, come over.
Why is this like traditional grand marriage or what? Oh no, like let's
No, I'm just saying.
My point.
I'm just saying, because if I can still be in my house and be free, why move out?
No, you see my point. That's my point. That if you believe that there's no need for you to move out, then there's no need for you to even move out when you get married.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So eventually, you're gonna move out.
Mm-hmm.
But for the time being, I am not being stressed. I am not being pushed away. I am getting all the attention I need in the house. Why should I go and rent?
You do not have that
Or
desire to
move
be on
out.
your own, to have that whole control.
I'm on my own.
No, you're not your parents.
Yes, my parents are there, but I'm
They're
on
in the
my
next
own.
door, like 2 doors. They're the next room now. They go fit enter
I
room and
am
just come and
still
say
married.
that.
There are some people who sleep in the same room with their parents. How
Sleep
about
in the
that?
same room.
Yeah, that's possible.
I know, but like it's a bit awkward.
My whole point is, okay, sure, you feel like you're on your own, but like they have the final say in terms of how things actually go out in the house. If your mom says that, okay, Ruby, I want you to pull up the lights by this time, or I don't want guests in your house by this
No,
time.
you are
the
switching.
thing is, now
He
again
asked the question.
there's freedom,
Uh-huh.
and she's an adult, so they don't treat her like a kid.
So then she also has a say in the house,
Yeah, she has a say.
and the parents are okay.
I mean, they don't mind whether she has to turn the lights off or what. No, those things are not there. In the, they're
Total
not,
calmness.
Yes.
Less stress.
so why
like
don't
no
they move
stress.
out?
Why would they? Someone has built their house with their hard-earned cash. They brought it to this world. They should move out of the house.
So would these hypothetical parents be okay if she throws a party in the house?
Yeah, they're fine with that. Cool. Just let me know. I'm going to throw a party tomorrow or this day.
Yeah, okay.
Maybe she wouldn't want them around, so she can just book them a spa day or something.
Based on that, then there's no need for her to even want to move out,
Ever.
even after marriage. So
That's what
based
I'm
on
saying.
that, she's okay with having the husband coming to
No,
the
but
house.
marriage is a different ballgame.
No,
It's still the same thing.
It's not really.
It's different in the sense that now your life is no more you alone. It's you and someone else.
Yes, but I mean, you can also put it in a way that her life was also not really her own. It was her and her parents.
No, her life was
No,
hers
it
because
was
she's
mine.
an adult. But now that she's an adult, she has to move to the next step of
But
life.
would that be an hindrance if already the parents are used to that lifestyle where she was doing whatever she wants in the house? If the dad also comes, it's basically the same thing, an
I don't
extension
get
of her.
Yeah.
Before, it was just her in the house and her parents in the house, right? She does what she wants. She brings her over her friends, has a party, has a meeting, whatever. She has brought her husband into the same scenario.
No, the
now.
husband can't come and stay in the house with her.
But she doesn't
he
have to
can-
leave, right?
She has to leave
Why?
because it's marriage.
Why?
What does the Bible say?
I don't necessarily have to
you
leave.
get it. Why?
Wait,
Why
no,
does she have to
wait,
move?
What does
then?
the Bible say? A man will leave his father and mother's house and go and marry.
It could be a hypothetical. Someone can say you are taking it literally, but maybe it could be.
The Bible is literal. Please let's not change.
Not literal.
No, okay,
Not
no,
literal.
it's literal. We both know it's literal. So
Okay.
she has to move out of her husband will come and pick her from her family's house, that's her parents' house, and go and stay on their own.
Yes.
As for that, we can't dispute it, we can't change it. But as she is now, okay, she's okay, her parents don't give any stress, no hassle. I mean, I don't feel because you are staying in that condition, you still have to push yourself through, quote unquote, some form of, hardship, pressure makes diamond. So let me try and go through some form of hardship.
Pressure makes diamonds.
Yeah, no, it's not necessary. I don't think it's necessary.
I feel like, based on what you're saying,
Why are you going
to get-
against everything?
I'm not going against.
No,
it.
that's his opinion.
I genuinely
him.
feel like okay, I have to leave to create my own place so that I can later be sure that I can actually take care of a home by myself and bring you on board if you're my wife.
But
or
your
something.
mom and dad won't be around all the time, so you can actually do that with your house. Try taking care
the
of the
same house
house.
that my parents are in.
Yes, they won't be there all the time. Who knows?
But speaking of living alone, like, is the hassle, is it real? Is it just a myth? Like, is it something that, when people say, oh, child, I'm living alone, like, is it something like you envision as it's
It's not that bad.
it's not that bad, or like,
Maybe I'll grow. It's actually hard. And like it has its own ups and downs. So there will be a time where it's hard. There will be a time that you just feel like, like I'm actually doing this, like, you know. So yeah.
I think it's not all that it's cracked up to be. We all romanticize the idea of going alone, living alone, because we hear from our seniors or we see from other people how. I feel like maybe people sense or get a picture of how it is to live alone from people they idolize, and I want to be like this person. This person moved out at this age and then made a life. But like every I don't think everyone's journey is the same.
Of course.
That's one thing, a very hard truth. So if someone leaves and tries to go through the same pathway that someone went, rude awakening. But sometimes so it could go the way it is. But the way this country is, I wouldn't say. I wouldn't put it at a high percentage.
But why would you still recommend, if you are saying this, why would you still recommend people should move out of their homes and
I'm not trying to be an advocate for hardness, but
you are. I mean, you are. That's how you are sounding.
But in some ways, it's necessary because it shapes you in a way.
In this country, you need to be hard. You need to be hard. Like that's what I.
But what's wrong with the country? The country is okay.
Really?
Yeah, things are fine.
You say that with your heart.
Well, what do you mean? I'm saying my mouth. Things are okay. Things are fine.
We thank the Lord. And then I digress. But I feel like for the majority of people in Ghana, most of them have come to understand that it's not that all that it's cracked up to be. Very few people have actually left their parents' home and felt like, wow, like I'm an adult and everything is going quote unquote a bit smoothly. Most of the people who leave their homes experience some form of rude awakening. Like, hey, I mean, case in point, what we had before, the talk we had before. So most people, I think in Ghana, when they leave, they get to see that, oh, it's much harder than even my parents even warned me about, or even what I've been read about. It's much harder. So I feel like that. But I feel like people who go through that and who stay, and they don't run back to your parents back, and they stay there through that.
They become bad diamond.
Some type of. I feel like if you can.
So you're a diamond now.
More.
Are you equal? You sack your parents, so you become more than diamond. All right, Ruby, let's wrap up. What are your last comments? Your last take on this topic?
I'd say everybody should at least experience living on their own.
Is you an advocate?
Yes, I'm an advocate.
For hardship?
No.
But you go through hardship.
In order to shape your life.
So you're an advocate for hardship. Living.
No,
I think it's synonymous. I think it's hardship and living alone is synonymous, but it is what it is. Okay, for me on my end, I would say that if you want to move out, move out. Have a plan, consistent plan, step-by-step plan. Don't be shy to run back to your parents. I would do that too.
Yes, definitely. I'll definitely go back.
But always be prepared for, no matter how much you plan, there will always be something that will surprise you, especially if you're living alone. Also get used to the fact of living alone. It's good for your health. It's good for your mind. It's good. Please. Okay. It's
sorry, you carry on.
Very, very necessary. And but also appreciate the ups and downs of being alone. And I feel like if you can do that, nothing can really stop you. If you want to do whatever you want to do, you know that you've already done the beta testing of living alone. So right now, from now onwards, actually, it will be smooth sailing for you, no matter how hard it gets. That's my point of view, anyway. I suppose.
See, interesting point. I'll say, don't leave. Stay in the house, okay? Let them pamper you. Let them leave the house for you too. Alright, guys, that's been it. This has been Tabletop. We had our guests Kofi, Sasu, and Ruby. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Peace.